Coming up on today's episode of Airborne-Unmanned. Drone maker eHang plans US IPO. Drones become a valuable tool after the tornadoes in Alabama. And Northwest UAV's NW44 heavy fuel engine marks milestones. Welcome to Aero-News Network's Airborne-Unmanned, a weekly news program covering all things unmanned in partnership with AUVSI, the Association for Unmanned Vehicle Systems International. I'm your host, Sophie Herlock. Our top story of the day, eHang plans an initial public offering in the US. Chinese drone company eHang is planning an initial public offering in the US in order to raise $500 million. While eHang has had its issues breaking into the drone market, it has made a lot of news in the process. The company made serious headlines 3 years ago with their first showing of the eHang 184. The drone was designed as a first-generation attempt to lay out technology for small passenger drone operations. The aircraft underwent manned and unmanned testing last year and demonstrated its ability to cruise at about 100 miles per hour. The company also claimed a Guinness World Record for most drones flown simultaneously through a 13-minute flight that utilized 1,374 drones. Now let's take a look at a few stories making rounds of the unmanned vehicle community. It's time for this week's Unmanned Minute. In one of its last unmanned tests, SpaceX's Crew Dragon returned to Earth after a 5-day mission. About 6 hours after departing from the space station, Crew Dragon splashed down about 230 miles off the coast of Cape Canaveral. The spacecraft was retrieved from the ocean and transported back to the port. AUVSI will host an Unmanned Systems event to unite military leadership and defense experts. The Unmanned Systems Defense Protection Security event will explore how unmanned systems are reshaping military operations. The event will take place on August 20th through the 21st at the Marriott Wardman Park in Washington, D.C. The XQ-58A Valkyrie demonstrator completed its inaugural flight last Tuesday at the Yuma Proving Grounds in Arizona. The Air Force Research Laboratory partnered with Kratos Unmanned Aerial Systems to develop the XQ-58A. The objective of the Low-Cost Attritable Aircraft Technology Initiative includes building UAS faster by developing better design tools, while also maturing the commercial manufacturing process to reduce time and cost. Northrop Grumman's RQ-4 autonomous aircraft system, for the first time, has landed during an air show. The aircraft flew in smoothly, landing precisely on the runway before flying itself to a point where it was towed to a display area. The aircraft arrived after a 13-hour journey from the Andersen Air Force Base. And that was our Unmanned Minute. Now back to the rest of the news. In the wake of the devastating tornadoes that ripped through Alabama last week, rescuers deployed drones into areas that were otherwise inaccessible, looking for survivors and assessing damage. While the Sheriff's Department has used drones before, this is the first time they've used them for extensive search and rescue. Drones equipped with infrared sensors helped first responders find people needing to be rescued and get them the help they need as soon as possible. Chris Darden, who was part of the team helping to test the drones, was on the ground following the storm. He said the National Weather Service is also planning to use drones to get a better handle on the storm's path and damage caused by it. He was quoted as saying, "Sometimes it can take a tragedy to open your eyes to new tools you have available." Just over a year ago, Northwest UAV announced the NW44 multi-fuel engine had logged just over 1,000 combat flight hours. Today, that same engine has flown over 10,000 flight hours and has logged over 1,000 flights. The NW44 engine is a lightweight, multi-fuel UAV engine that has been built to be easily adaptable. The engine is designed to be the commercial off-the-shelf solution, virtually eliminating development cost. The NW44 supports aircrafts weighing about 40 to 80 pounds and is cost competitive with hobby-grade systems on a cost per flight hour basis. Well, that's our program for this week. Don't forget to subscribe and please check us out on Facebook and on Twitter. For more information on the innovative world of all things unmanned, check out auvsi.org and airborne-unmanned.net. I'll see you tomorrow for an episode of Airborne Unlimited.